Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Now, 1.47 is currently out. I say currently out, is now out. It came out a few days ago. However, because Promods has not been updated, I'm still in version 1.6. That being said, there is still plenty to do, plenty of roads to explore, so in this video I'm going to continue as normal, but just putting it out there that I'm still in version 1.6 and will probably be for the next 2 or 3 episodes, if not a little bit more, whilst Promods gets their mods updated to the latest version and I'm able to continue as if nothing has changed, because the last thing I want to do is disable Promods, lose a whole bunch of stuff and everything go wrong. In today's video I've decided that I'm going to take some packages from, well, where are we going from? From Stranraer to Felixstowe, DHL to DHL. This is something that I suppose is going to be interesting to some people in the UK, simply because, well, we have DHL around everywhere and there are many times where packages are not delivered on time. So, can I deliver packages on time today for DHL, or at least transfer them from one distribution yard to another distribution yard? Because you would not get a lorry down your road and then somebody get out, open up the truck, climb in and come out with a tiny package. Here is your package from Amazon. Wait, this isn't from Amazon anymore because they have their own. Other shops are available. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Amazon, eBay, no, eBay is completely different. Well, anyway, that is me going off on a tangent. I'm digressing. So in this video, as I said, I'm going to be taking some post packages. Make sure you stay tuned. This should be a night into morning run. I may do this over 1 or 2 videos, depending on how long this takes. It is a 625-mile trek. If I do this over 2 videos, we will stop somewhere near Birmingham. I may actually change this route. I may go up the M62 and then down the A1, M1, or come across here, go across the M18 and then go down the A1 there. I may do that, and that may be slightly different. So yes, I'm going to try and unlock a few more of the roads that we have, so make sure you stay tuned. Okay, I think we have plenty of fuel, so we'll start up the... Wow, those lights are bright. Let's figure out exactly where we need to go to start with. So, yes, I know the parking brake's engaged. Let's get going. Hopefully everybody's having a great day, whatever day this is coming out on. I have no idea what day this is going to be coming out on, because, well, I think I may have messed up my order a little, so this could be coming out on a Saturday or even a Sunday. I actually am not certain, and obviously that isn't exactly what was supposed to happen. A77, 6 miles to roughly to our destination, when we're going into a 50 really. Accelerate away. Now, I did have a topic in mind earlier, but I seem to have misplaced the topic somewhere in my brain. I'm not exactly sure what it was. I know it had something to do with cars, but I'm not sure what exactly it was to do with cars. Ah, here we go. Destination's already in sight. Slow ourselves down. Oh, down to 40. Okay. It's fine by me. I've never been to this place in real life, so I wouldn't be able to tell you how accurate this is or is not. Although, humpback bridges. Anybody going to get stuck? No. Humpback bridges are great. I'm going to have to go back over a humpback bridge. As long as I'm behave myself and do not go too quickly, I should be okay. Right, this looks like DHL. So... Oh, I messed that up. And I tried to go into first gear. The first gear, that isn't actually first gear. There we go. Press the following key to view the job offer. As usual. Go ahead. Freight market. That's the one. Ooh, can I change what it looks like? I could take FedEx. I could take a FedEx truck from DHL to DHL. Realistically, what would it be? It would probably be a dry freighter. That is most likely what you would get. So I'm going to take, now I've got an option of that one or this one, and I actually think this one will be the nicer one to take, so that is the one I'm taking. Bring the microphone back and let's go find out where exactly this is. I'm guessing it is just around the corner, so there we go. Now the day I'm recording this is a Thursday, so I'm thinking about anything useful or anything nice in the news. Not much that I know of. I know Elon Musk's rocket exploded, but I mean, it's not exactly a nice thing for all the people who have been working hard on said rocket. Do I have this pin in correctly? I do. Sometimes I just get it right. And I'm never sure how. Right, let's see. Take a good look outside. Of course. That is not a good look. Make sure everything is okay. That looks fine by me. Start actually driving it out like this. That actually looks quite good. I do need to take a thumbnail or something, as usual. Again, I'm still not keen on this whole the way this thumbnail works. The way it does these now, I'm not a particular fan of. There we go, that can do. Bring that focusing pretty close. There we go, strength up. Transition depth, that looks okay to me. Maybe I should leave just those on. Yes, I think that will look nice. And there we go. That's the thumbnail. Perfect. Right, let's get ourselves underway. I say that is the thumbnail. It may not be the thumbnail, but certainly let's get ourselves underway. I never actually checked what the mass of this truck was, but it shouldn't be that heavy. How many tons of packages are we going to carry is the big question. This should be a pretty easy run, to be honest. Compared to some of the runs that I have been doing, this should not be difficult. Now that I've said that, this is obviously going to be the most difficult run I ever do. In fact, before I do that, I did want to change the route, didn't I? So let me go ahead and change said route. World map. Now the route I wanted to do is I wanted to go past here. I'm not sure exactly where that is. That's somewhere in the Yorkshire Dales. Then come down here and then, yes, that is the route I wanted. Then down the A1, as I said, so M18. So A1, M1, M18, A1, A14. That looks reasonable to me. Yep, there we go. That is that's the route. And looking at the route as well, it looks like a good place to stop will be somewhere near Sheffield. So I'll have a look at the time when we get to around here, around Sheffield, and then see if that is a good place to stop and take a break. So let's get underway. Saving apparently. You seem alright, everything seems okay here. This was a bad idea. What I've done there is I've blocked traffic. And back over the humpback bridge, of course. Do not get stuck on this humpback bridge. I mean, this isn't that bad. It shouldn't be a problem. There we go. Not a problem whatsoever. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of trucks should be going down these roads. Wow, this is a very nice road. This is the A77. Just having a look at the forestry, the foliage around is lovely. Into 6th. May as well save as much fuel as we can. Put it into 6H. I have been considering when I go back into Europe to actually swap out my driving onto the opposite side. Not that I want to do that, but I'm just wondering if that's maybe the best option for me to be able to drive through Europe sensibly. Because it is a little difficult, as I've mentioned before, with this screen. It is a little difficult to. I need to just move out of the way of that. To actually look in a mirror, quite often that is small, like that mirror over there. Now, obviously, when I'm driving in the UK, that isn't much of a problem because you do not look in that mirror all too often. But in Europe, you have to look in that mirror way more than you have to look in that mirror because of where everything is, and you need to constantly be looking on the left-hand side as opposed to the right-hand side, because obviously you're driving on the opposite side of the road. So I may swap it out. For me personally, it isn't really a problem. It's just that I much prefer to drive like this. This is really nice. I am also speeding, but that's okay. 10 over is not the worst. Not great, I will admit. Certainly not the worst. There we go. Back down to speed. Creetown. Whoa. Rubbish. Much more sensible. Here we go. This is 4 in the morning. It is not this bright at 4 in the morning currently. I will tell you that much. It is a little darker than this. At 5 in the morning though, this would be about right at 5 in the morning. Oh, do we not have daylight savings on? Is that what has happened? Go back down into a low gear. I still feel like with this physics mod that I'm using, this truck just constantly feels like it's going to tip over. I'm always worried about that. I know I probably shouldn't be, but I also do want to kind of take a picture of this. Yes, I think I need to. Again, I do apologise for all of these pictures. I know it breaks up the actual drive, but sometimes you have to take the right picture at the right time. And even just a picture like that looks really, really good. See that? Give it the right settings, bring the focusing down, bring that transition up, bring that strength up, and then find the right spots for it. Just a little blur. And there you go, you have got a pretty decent picture. And then similarly, if you go over to the other side, with the yellow, look at that. That is quite a picture to take. Is it cute? That there is also quite a picture. Now, ideally, I guess I'd want the sun on the opposite side, but even like that still looks pretty good outright. I think the other picture's better. So, here we go. I do like the fact that I can move this microphone around. The only problem I have with this microphone moving around is it does seem to make a little bit of noise, and I'm not sure what it is exactly that is making this noise. I don't know if it's the cable stretching or what. I really have no idea, and until I can figure that out, every time I move the microphone, you're going to hear like a squeaking noise, a very low pitched squeak though, which is probably an oxymoron there. Squeak and low pitch doesn't often go together. Kind of an opposite contradiction. How are we looking at this episode? 17 minutes in. As I said, we'll probably reach about Sheffield in this one, and then continue after that. Currently we are near Dumfries, and we have a roundabout coming up. Reduce speed now. Alright, I shall reduce speed now. There you go, I've reduced speed. Roundabout is clear. I will take the roundabout as I wish to do so. Again, driving in the UK, I'm so used to it, and especially when the roads are very realistic, it is just very, very easy for me to do this, as opposed to driving in Europe. Much more of a challenge. Especially when there is very little traffic. Somebody asked me about a traffic, why do I not have much traffic? The reason for it, I think I did respond to said comments, but the actual reason for it is because I did have a traffic mod, and then an update happened. I believe it was the 142 update. Yes, I believe it was the 142 update that happened, and it ruined the traffic mod. So I had to get rid of it, and I have not found a suitable replacement. I think what's happened at that 142 mod, or 142 update, is that the traffic then just started backing up, and I ended up with tailbacks on the traffic for, well, constantly. So that was no good. And I'm sure you would not want to see me sitting in traffic for 25 minutes of an episode and only 5 minutes of progress. It would not be ideal. I'm still leaving my headlights on. I'll leave them on until perhaps about 7-8 o'clock, which is what I do in real life at the moment anyway, is until about 7 o'clock in the morning. I have my headlights on at least 7 o'clock in the morning anyway. Motorway ahead, prohibited traffic, bear left. But we are not prohibited traffic. And apparently I can join the motorway. Oh, this is a very fancy junction. I'm assuming this is accurate. Yes, So I'm going to assume this is an accurate junction because of the way it looks. It looks like this is a Promods junction. Early morning traffic. Yes, this is definitely a Promods junction. And that was excellent to be able to join the motorway in that fashion. Brilliant, perfectly made junction as usual from Promods. Welcome to England. We are now in Cumbria, going down the M6. Just realised I've been looking at my AdBlue level and not my fuel level, so I am going to have to fill up fuel. 65% AdBlue, 34% fuel. Next petrol station or filling station, I shall... oh look, roadworks. I shall have to fill up. Actually, that being said, this should last me until Sheffield, so I should be able to do that. Sheffield is not that far away. Probably another 100. Sheffield would be about 120 miles from here. Something along those lines. Yes, somewhere along those lines. Let's accelerate up again. Move into this lane because this is an old motorway, or an old ETS2 style motorway. So that is a slip road. Again, just I cannot wait for Promods to fix all of this. Once all of this is fixed, this is going to be excellent. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to overtake that bus if I am able to. Really put my foot down on it. There we go. Just creep it just over 60 miles per hour. Scania Irizar, or Mercedes-Benz Irizar in this case. Irizar is the platform that the buses are on. I've learnt a little bit more about how these work. So it depends on... so the engine will be supplied, for example, by Mercedes or by Scania or whatever it is. Oh, this is not another one of those junctions. Or it is one of those junctions, it is not a proper junction. And then subsequently they upgrade it, and the interior and everything is a little different. And then that's it. That is, so you'll have a Scania Irizar, you'll have a Mercedes-Benz Irizar, as you just saw. Now apparently this is 50, it isn't, so I'm just going. Speed cameras are switched off. Despite the fact that I do tend to stick to speed limits, I have switched speed cameras off because of these very speed limit changes, which make no sense whatsoever. Can I go into the high gear? I should be able to. There we go. Warning, S-bend, first to the left, then to the right. Now, is this the junction I want to take? This is a Carlisle junction, so no, this isn't it either. Still heading towards Kendal. This part of the M6 I have been on in real life, and it looks nothing like this in the slightest. But that's okay. One step at a time, I'm sure. Again, here is my weekly request for a pure UK map 1-to-1 scale. It isn't going to happen unless I do it myself, and as I said, I do not have the time nor the skills at the moment in ETS to do such a thing. Just touch on the retarder there, just to slow it down on the downhill section without holding the brakes, and therefore cooking the brakes. And then of course slowing down on the uphill, because that happens when you're in a lorry. I'm going to guess that the the tonnage of this lorry is about 18, maybe 18 tons. You do not need to slow down that much. Why did it go into neutral? There we go. I think I shifted way too early. That is what it was. Caffrey International, Ireland. Not going to make any Irish accents or anything like that, or Irish jokes. In fact, I don't know that many Irish jokes, to be fair. I know most of them normally revolve around, like, they normally call it paddy. And then some of them revolve around pubs and things like that, but I do not actually know that many Irish jokes. Plenty of English jokes. In fact, I think I do know a joke about I think it was an Englishman and an Irishman, and it's just the shrewdness of the Irishman. If I can remember the joke, I will tell you. What am I indicating at the moment? Oh, this is a proper junction. Hello. Junction 37. Why have you slowed down so much, though? That was a bit appalling. That looked like a... This does look... No, this top bit isn't. Is this a proper junction? I think this is. I think this is junction 37, as it should be. Yes, this is junction 37. Awesome. So now I'm trying to remember that joke. What was it? It's to do with a bakery. I'll tell you that much. And then once I figured out what the actual joke is. Oh yes, we're in the Yorkshire Dales. Oh, lovely. What a place to be driving in. This is somewhere where I have not yet driven. In real life, anyway. I think in Assetto Corsa, there's part of this is in Assetto Corsa. I've driven through the Derbyshire Dales. I've driven past the Yorkshire Dales. And I've driven in... What other Dales have I driven in? Well, then there's the Peak District, the Lake District. That's an actual... Oh, it's a bit small, but that was an actual train. An actual English or British train. That was EWS, which is... What's the EWS stand for? Something services. Not entirely sure. But yes, let's just continue on our journey. Apposite. Wow. Oh wait, this is not a... This is excellent. I need to first pick the right gear though. If I get the right gear, that would really help. Okay, so I think the next petrol station, next filling station, we come to not this one in Hawes. No, not this one in Hawes. Is it Hawes or Howes? I think it's Hawes. Could be Howes. H-A... Yeah, it could be Howes. Yeah, not that one. Just drive through this town, why don't we? Wait a minute. This is in Assetto Corsa. I'm fairly sure I know this road. Yes, this is in Assetto Corsa. It's very narrow. Possibly. No, maybe it isn't. It's similar to one in Assetto Corsa. A lot of little villages in this area, of course. Through the Yorkshire Dales we go. I think I could take a picture here too. I think I could. And I should. So I shall, and I will. Many words. Let me see. I could take a picture like that, just go through the Dale. So it's similar to the other picture I was taking. What I will do is bring that... bring that there. Just do that. Oh no, bring that saturation back up. There you go, that could be a picture, and I guess I can switch off all my lights now. 24% fuel, I think we still have enough to get to Sheffield. We have just reached the checkpoint that I was after, so I am going to, I think north of Sheffield is where I will stop. That is about right. Military. I'm not sure there would be over this part of the Dales. Maybe. Possibly going up to the Lake District. There might be. There's another one. Laban. Or Laban. This is quite good, actually. Plenty of military aircraft flying over. Would they be in this area? I'm still trying to figure out whether they would be in this area. I suppose so. I know there are bases not too far away from here, so I suppose that would make sense. And we shall be going this way. This truck in front of me is really holding me up. Okay, that's perhaps a little too much in the way of fighter jets. But we are coming up to another perfect Promods junction for joining onto the... It should be the A1, shouldn't it? So we want the A1 southbound, which is... Oh, come on. Come on. Northallerton, Leamingby Industrial Estate. I've been through here. I've definitely been through this area. So, and I'm almost certain that there really is not that much in the way of military aircraft around this area. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Given how long this video has been, I'm going to continue around because of where that truck is going. I will stop. I was just going to stop here. I believe I have actually stopped here at the service station, at this very service station. Yes, I think I have. I've stopped at this very service station off the A1. So this is all pretty realistic. But certainly, I do not think there are that many military aircraft. Actually, no. Wasn't here I stopped. I stopped at Wetherby, which is the next service station up. Correction, on the way to where I was going, I stopped. Was it on the way there or on the way back? Okay, one time I stopped at that service station, the other time I stopped at Wetherby, which is in 19 miles, and I think that's maybe the service station I'm stopping at in here to end this video, possibly. Not entirely sure. That's the other thing about driving the UK. I can actually give you anecdotes. from my travels through parts of the UK. There is certainly a lot more of the UK that I need to travel through. Yes, massive substation. That Focus has broken down. Saw a Ford Focus today, similar to that in blue. Very nasty knock on the back of their boot. Looked like perhaps something had opened their door and whacked it really hard, or they had opened the boot and there must have been something sharp and it's just hit it. I say sharp, it wasn't that sharp, because if it was sharp it would have punctured it. So yes, but certainly something that's had enough heft and enough momentum, or the boots had enough momentum when it was opening to really give it a proper dent. But yes, as I was saying, I can give you anecdotes from my travels through the UK, through many places, and yes, there are many roads I have not yet travelled upon, but as I do travel upon them, I can give you more and more information about them and stories about them. Oh, that's a bit of a bummer. That petrol station's on the wrong side. Now, isn't that supposed to be Weatherby's? In which case there should have been a slip road for me to go. Oh, botheration. That is going to be a problem, because I have 18% fuel to get to Sheffield. That is actually that's doable. I've actually driven on, so I've driven with such little fuel. That's the M62. That is where we would have come across and come out. If we had followed the normal route, we would have come back across and come out here. I have actually driven from one place to another. I'm not going to say where to where, but I have driven across where I was so low on fuel when I filled up. There was 600 millilitres roughly left in the tank. This was a 65 litre tank of fuel with 600 millilitres left in it. I was almost certain I would run out of fuel, and then I had to do a lot of quick maths and a lot of quick calculations to try and ensure that now I am okay on fuel, and I am supposedly doing that again here right now. Now I'm not going into Sheffield, rather I'm going to be going past Sheffield. I see the petrol station. Okay, this is good. This is very good. Again, not an accurate junction, but that's okay. But yes, perhaps not something I would want to do ever again. Driving with, so on the fuel tank, on the gauge, when I pulled into the petrol station, it said range remaining 5 miles. I should point out that I was driving. This is not a proper petrol station. Well, I'm going to pull into here anyway. What is this? Yes, I should point out that I was driving a number of miles. So it wasn't like I was driving 10 miles or something like that and I had 5 miles remaining there. It was a lengthy journey. So, yes, there we go. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on, I was going to say Transport Fever 2, but do subscribe for that too. But Euro Truck Simulator 2. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Instagram and Twitter. Lastly, do go check out my Discord server, link to that is also in the description box below. That is all from me. The diesel price has not been updated, it is a lot cheap. Actually, wait, this is a motorway services, a road services, it will be that expensive. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Euro Truck Simulator 2.